Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Knowledge and Principles. We'll be continuing learning to walk the tree. We'll be on Netzach. Give me a couple seconds here to share these links. Two more links and we'll get started. I do hope you guys have been enjoying this series. It's kind of fun. And as you can see, it's definitely a different way of interpreting things. Usually when I take on students, we all know most of them first, as soon as they start learning a little bit about the tree, they want to jump right straight to the Qliphoth, not realizing that it's just all the one tree. And they usually go off and start studying it on their own for themselves. And they miss the important part, the very most important part, that is one tree. You're walking the tree, you're actually walking both. As I have shown you guys in the first three videos. Like I said, I've been still having some internet issues. Hopefully everything will be finished and fixed come Wednesday. I just cut the pipe to put up on the antenna to get out here to remove their box so I can mount the pole. Netzach, also known as victory. The seventh sphere of the tree of life. The Aphrodite sphere, personifying nature and the insects, and emotions balanced by her counterpart Hod, the Hermes sphere, personifying intellect. Netzach supplies the force of magic. Hod, the form. Kabbalistic symbols. The lamp, girdle, and rose, spiritual experience. The vision of beauty, triumphant. Tarot, seventh, magical image. a beautiful naked woman. The beams of Ches and Tifereth meet, and there in Netzach arises a pure green, brilliant liquid, and gleaming like an emerald. And the sphere of its operation, or eternal splendor, producing zeal, love, and harmony. It ruleth the sphere of action of the planet Venus, and the nature of the vegetable world. And Adonai Sabaoth is a god of hosts and armies of Tifereth, and of victory, ruling the universe in justice and eternity. Its archangel is Hamal, the prince of love and harmony. The name of its order of angels is Elohim, or who are also called the order of principalities. The angel Severe referred unto the Sephir. So when we go to access the Sephir of Netzach, power name or God name, power word, God name, is Adonai Sabaoth. So thus far, we have Adonai Haaretz, Shaddai Ashai, Elohim Sabaoth, Adonai Sabaoth. When we pronunciate them or intone them, however you choose, or through silence, we'll start with Malkuth, which is Adonai Haaretz. And as we intone, we'll enter each spirit. We'll feel the energies flowing through us. So when you want to be dealing with things of emotion, nature, you'd find these in Netzach, among many other things. Like I said, as you start focusing and meditating on each of the Sephir, you'll start to learn more as the doors open. Now we'll move on to this Qliphoth form. I got to periodically check and make sure I'm not being disconnected. It's really what I've not been wanting to do anything live. It is its opposite is Arab Zadok, the raven of the two different ways to translate its name. So you guys are going to have to play with them and find out which one's best suits for you. Zadok is the second way. It's just the first word is different in each. I prefer the second one. It feels right. I feel the energies coming off it. That is the Qliphoth, corresponding to the Sephir Netzach on the Kabbalist tree of life. It translates as the ravens of dispersion, and the demons associated with it are hideous, demon-headed ravens issuing forth from a volcano. The Qliphoth are the unbalanced forces of a particular Sephir. Netzach is a Sephir victory, the ability of raw, emotional, passionate energy to overcome obstacles, but it needs to be balanced by Had, the ability to rationalize and exercise a degree of self-control. If it is not balanced, it becomes uncontrolled passion, desire, greed, and covetousness, the dark side of Venus. Even our planetary symbols have an opposite, which is unbridled lust. The raven of dispersion is thought by some authors to be related to the raven Noah from his art while the waters dispersed. The Qliphoth of Netzach is represented by the two opposing forces of nature, without the influence of wisdom, Chakma, and the mindless Chez. If creation starts to produce life as carelessly as it prepared to destroy it again, we can see the demon of Netzach unfold. The Qliphoth of Netzach is called Gadab, or Zelek, which can be translated either as the corrosive ones or as the ravens of death. It's kind of interesting when you think about this part being entitled and correlated with ravens. Let's think about Edgar Allan Poe, his writing. So when he was writing some of his a little darker stuff, he was actually operating out of the Sephir. He was exploring the Qliphoth side out of Netzach. That's why I kind of say, when we're looking at the tree of life, we need to picture it as one tree. Each Sephir is a Sephir of many doors, many planes, dimensions, realities. But is it much like ourselves? We are both. We have good energy, we have bad energy flowing. You know, we get mad, we're happy. We love, we hate. It's just the cosmic, the nature. It's the natural process of the cosmic universe, the cosmic forces. It's the natural process. It's also a part of all of us. Everything we cover, free from the correspondence to the Qliphoth, those are just things that are already a part of us. That makes us who we are, contains all these energies, and they're meant to flow freely in unison with each other. That's why I've done it this way. This is why when I walk the tree, this is how I walk. I become the flaming sword in the tree, encompassing the whole tree, as above, so below. In order to feed the tree, the roots must run deep. Still, the one tree. Now when we get to next week, so we're back on our normal schedule, guys, we'll be dealing with Tefera. That's where we're going to I might make Tefera 2 parts, because there's many things dealing with Tefera. Just not its correspondence, just not its properties of energy. It's also, when you hear somebody say they take their chair, take their throne, it's the Sephira where we do all of our magical operations out of. That will be next week. That's the biggest deception that is being taught, constantly taught. When we start putting importance or label importance of one energy over the other, we cause friction. We don't allow room for growth. We start causing friction around us. And we're actually, when we do that, especially when we're working in a Sephira, when we do that, we're showing the guides, the angels, the demons, that we're not ready to receive any more knowledge from that Sephira. We haven't learned that it's just one thing. We haven't learned that there's a duality there, that a natural process. We're going against the natural order of things. All the great magicians of the past understood this. Even though those are today, they just won't teach it this way. Like I said, this technically is not for beginners, but you can use this for the beginners to teach. And it gives you something to teach them as well. Because like I said, there's so much information within each sphere, so much knowledge and wisdom to be gained. Are we to use caution? Yes. What is our caution? It's that inner voice inside us that guides us. It'll let us know when we're ready to move forward, or when we're not ready and that we need to step back. You don't need to be a member of any order or group. You can self-initiate yourself. This is how you self-initiate. Each Sephira is a stage of learning. And as we walk it, we'll come to learn that. For those who've seen the picture, all the many different pictures of the tree of life, you also see the pathways. You'll see them attributed to planetary symbols and the tarot. All these things flow through them. Each of us should spend as much time as we feel in each Sephira. not moving on to the next until we feel that that it's time to move on. You'll know. It's a feeling. It's like, okay. But always remember, I can't repeat this enough, that throughout your whole life, you're still going to continue learning from each of the spheres. It's just not a one-time deal. There's some things that you might not have been ready to learn just yet, especially when you start connecting the triads. As you were saying, each sphere, there's three fraternal triads. Then when you connect the whole thing and walk the whole thing, it'll open up new doors in each of the Sephira. Like I said, it's a lifelong, it's a lifelong commitment to truly learn and unlock the mysteries inside the Sephira. But know when you start doing it, it's probably not going to be your first time walking the tree. Your first time walking the tree, all you're going to be learning is what is considered the upper tree, as you are taught. In a sense, you are taught kind of correct. You should learn the upper part of the tree. Or if you're more, what's the other part of the tree? We're not going there. It's up to, and if you have a teacher, the teacher will guide you, show you where to begin. For me, it was the upper tree. As it was put, I already knew the lower part too well. And that's the thing to people that's going to be teaching students. You, as a teacher, must know where your student is at and what direction he needs to go. Because there may be some out there that need to learn the lower before they can learn the upper. And that's the other thing. We cannot choose somebody's path. Their path is their own. All we do is dangle the keys and unlock the doors for them. Teach them the foundations, help them build their foundations. Learning the tree is an awesome part of their foundation, because as we move on, we'll be dealing with Geburah, which is really dealing with a lot of self-righteous angels. I mean that in the nicest sense. But that's also, a lot of people don't realize, when you are going through the process of the destruction of the temple, you're spending a lot more time in Geburah than you actually don't even know. You don't realize. Because it's breaking away all the false realities. You're learning the real truth. And that's where we start really dealing more with the angels. And yeah, they'll make you feel, there's really no polite way to put it. They'll make you feel like shit. Lower than dirt the first few times, which is good. Don't let it bother you. Well, let it bother you, it should. Don't say truth hurts. Because they're showing you yourself. And I know a lot of people, it's why a lot of people prefer to use the Goethe and use demons over angels. It's easier. Okay, I mean, nobody likes getting told about themselves. Showing, oh, you're wanting to do this, but you've done this. It's a process. Like I said, you're establishing a relationship with, no matter which entities you use, you've got to build a repertoire, a relationship with them. A little bit different than when you deal with demonic forces, but in the end, you also have to remember, you deal with self-righteous angels, that you have dominion over them. You command them. It's not the other way around for none of them. because now we're starting to get into the upper part of the tree. Now we've pretty much completed the lower triad of Sephiroth. And we're starting to build the energies. Doors are starting to open for us. We're starting to feel the duality of the energies, which is not a duality because it's a multiality. There's many forces that are flowing through us, many energies that are flowing through us. Right now, as we're walking the tree, we're learning to we're building our foundations. We're learning. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, next week we'll be dealing with Tifereth, and I'm pretty sure at this point that will be a two-part series. So next week will be the first part of Tifereth, where we'll just cover like I covered tonight. Then the next part, I'll cover the operation, the foundation, the properties, the founding, and how we use it to help you more understand. And it might help you guys, some of you guys understand how to properly use the Omni-Meal formula. When we talk about our walking circle, our bubble, yes, we are inside Tifereth. We create our own personal universe there, our own personal bubble, whatever you want to call it. All that repetition you've done with the LBR, Lesser Vanishing Ritual, the Pentagram, the Hexagram Ritual, it's all done in there. We're transferring all that stuff, all that energy, all that visual into it. What I do in mine, I also establish the banner of the East and the banner of the West. Because anything that I allow to walk in, or anything when I'm astral traveling visiting me, they must walk through both. And we're also, as we're doing this, as we're learning and walking the tree, walking in each sphere, studying each sphere, we're adding those energies, those correspondence, those properties into that stuff, into our personal universe, our personal bubble. And I'm stating this stuff now to help you guys start to see how much goes into the tree. We're pulling even from the Qliphoth. We're pulling the Qliphoth forces. It must run natural. You shape it. It's your own universe. You create it how you want. Mine is just a desolate chaos. Everything flowing in its natural property. There is no order or structure there. That's also where we truly start to create things and manifest things and project them to the outside world. Which is why I'm going to break down Tifereth in two parts. On a side note, I'm going to start something this week. I'm not having much luck with Saturday night chats. Some of it's probably because I was going a while, but it's also summer. So I'm going to give it the rest of the week, see if anybody comments or messages me about keeping Saturday night chats. And what I'm going to do, for people that follow on Facebook, that's in KOTR's group, I'm going to do a live feed from there. More of a question, answer. It's still going to be an open discussion format. Then for you guys on Twitter that follow me, I'm going to try to Periscope and do a live feed from there off Periscope for you guys. can't cater to everybody else because I just have no way to do it. Well, maybe. We'll see once my internet's fixed. I might be able to get use XSplit again. And if I can tie everything together so I can stream to multiple platforms. But we'll see. It's something different. And I might just play with the time on Saturday night chat. I might give it a couple more tries, go at a later time, like 10 o'clock. But I also understand it is summer, and it's also a weekend. Maybe we can change the day, but I'd rather have it on the weekend because so there's some changes coming. Also, in a couple weeks, I'll be uploading another Urban and Folk Legends for those that are enjoying that. And a few other things in store. So if you guys enjoyed, you guys have a good week. Be safe, and I will see everybody sometime this week. Remember, I will not be doing, unless if it rains, I'll do a live stream, meditation live stream. If not, look for the uploaded video. So we'll do an outside fire chat video for the meditation. I just don't have the equipment to live stream out there. But I'll see you guys on the next one.